Alright, so the last recording crashed out and it didn't actually create the character. So I'll go through it all again. So gender female, because we want the extra clothes when we start. And then we're just going to drop this down to 3. So that all of our stats are at 3. No matter where you put it on the age divider, it's always a net +2 gain, so it doesn't really matter where you put it. So drop the bus size, that gives us an extra 1.5 points. So we want the 5 intelligence right off the bat, 4 constitution, and then 3.4 strength. Oh, that's not how that was supposed to work. Yeah, 3.4 strength and 3.1 dexterity is fine. Those are both going to drop a little bit. Actually, we'll drop the strength down to a 3.2 and put the constitution to 4.2. That way, if it drops, it's still above 4. Because the solid point value, that's the important bit. So over here, I've decided that we're going to use melee weapons as a primary. Boxing hasn't been very impressive unless you have brass knuckles on. So there's no reason to ever be without a melee weapon, because you can make a stone knife. Running and endurance does go up faster, so I'm just going to take that straight to medium, and then I'm going to put everything else into running. Thievery and demolition, you can build trainers in game. Stealth you'll get just by walking around crouched, and it's not super important unless you're going to be doing a lot of hunting. So I'm taking driving all the way to advanced, and then I'm putting the rest into stealth. Intelligence skills, engineering to max. I definitely want that advanced. And then survival to medium. Once survival's at medium, I'll drop the rest into camouflage to get camouflage basic. Now, camouflage helps with getting spotted by sentries and whatnot when you're sneaking around. Mostly when you're standing still. Stealth determines your audio, and camouflage determines video. So you can still alert them by sound even if they don't see you. Sniping will pick up as we go, and awareness, we don't do a lot of hunting, so that'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and get her created and start in our world of SCUM. SCUM Island is it's a fun place. It's supposed to be full of murderers and rapists and arsonists and all the worst kind of people, but due to the process of creating the game, everybody's an arsonist who's addicted to cigarettes. However, the addictions are not implemented yet. I assume there's going to be alcoholism as well, and probably a few other things, because there is alcohol in the game, there is cigarettes in the game. So I don't know what the other addictions would be. Recently, on my single-player game, I was doing some recording on base building, and after I stopped recording, I had turned on the radio at my base because I'd found a boombox, and I found that I really do like the SCUM soundtrack. I find the DJ amusing. Most of the music is pretty good, even the hip-hop I can get with. Alright, so here we go. Starting out, let's see, where are we starting? Oh, we are way up north. Alright. So, it looks like northeast of us there's a location. Check that out for starters. And then we'll cut up all our underwear. understand that to some people this might seem strange, but storage space is the most important thing in the game, especially your carrying capacity. You can always build more storage once you have a home, but carrying capacity starting out is super huge. So that's actually why we start as a female, because they get extra underwear. And you need 3 rags and a rope. So because we started as a female, we only had to cut up our underwear. We didn't have to sacrifice the pockets from our pants or our shirt. We'll be able to make the improvised backpack. So it's only that one extra pocket, but space is space. And we will equip that. That goes to 3. And we head off northeasterly. Find out what this small location is. And maybe if it has a vehicle, that would be nice. Yeah, just a truck sitting beside the barn. Great. Even a tractor. ATV. Anything really. Oh, might as well search it over here. Don't need feathers, because not starting that archery yet. Something might do one day, but not today. Oh, a wrench. Trade our stone knife for a wrench. Don't know if a wrench actually counts as a weapon. Didn't actually hope so. You hit somebody with a wrench, that's gonna hurt. Hit some lag there. Not sure what that was all about. There we go, there's a hammer. And our first food, an apple. Alright, so from here we don't have a lot of choices, so we go southeast, hit this town. We're not making a home until we can get a vehicle, or we happen to run all the way down there and don't find one. That would be saddening. This game before vehicles was absolutely a nightmare. Trying to run everywhere on foot, you were very limited, and if you did want to go explore someplace far off, you really had to prepare for it, and it was an all-day event. And now that we're closer, we're just going to slow down to a walk and be prepared to drop the hammer. Okay, so it looks like this is a logging camp. I assume we're going to find wood in here. Yeah, lots and lots of wood. So if we didn't want to chop down trees, just drive up next to that, and boom. So, water, more important than bobby pin. Not because of hydration. Hydration will just happen on its own. But more for the fact that you have to have a water container to be able to craft whetstones to maintain your melee weapons. So just looking around for a truck now. So I'm just following the roads about. That looks like a destroyed one. Yeah. Just searchable. There's a normally these kind of doors indicate a vehicle repair bay. Yep. They do indeed. So we're going to put that away. Look around. I don't see any gas cans, which is fine. But there's a vehicle repair kit. It's only got 25 in it. Won't need safety pins. So we'll take the extra metal, because we will definitely need that. And then we're just going to look in these to see if we can find a better vehicle repair kit. And if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. Either way, we have one. Oh. If I get rid... Don't worry about bolts later. I don't need those for regular chests. So, toolkit. There's somebody around. Sounds like they're in this garage here. Nope. Not on this one. There we go. Okay, first thing is search. Now, you know what, let me drop a few things here by this corpse. That'll do it. So now I need to go find 4 rocks. And this may seem like a strange course of events, but I promise it will make sense. Okay, so I've got my 4 rocks. So first thing is to make another stone knife. And then we're going to cut up everything he was wearing. Then we're going to chop up the body. I haven't forgotten something. I have. Yeah. We need to find thread before it does us any good. So that was all a waste. My bad. I apologize. But I do still need to bandage my wounds, which means cutting up these brand new socks. So yeah, I forgot I didn't have something yet. Well, I forgot I needed one, and I remembered halfway through cutting him up. So yeah, there's a that's what a cut up zombie looks like. Puppet, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, all right. So we'll just get rid of these rocks because we don't need them yet. I'm gonna head back down. Grab the kit we left. And then continue on looking for a vehicle. Now I'm not familiar with the location, so I'm not sure where a vehicle would spawn if it did spawn. I know I've seen them in garages and workshops, but I've just also seen them, you know, parked out in yards and whatnot, so it's hard to say where the vehicle would spawn here. I mean, I've seen a lot of vehicles that were lootable, and that would be great if we had a place to put all that stuff, because there's lots and lots of metal, lots of screws and nails, so great loot, absolutely useful, but only if you have some place to put it. Some way to carry and store it. What a quaint little cabin. Don't see any inhabitants. Flare cartridges. Matches. Matches are important. Matches are more important than duct tape right now. Alright, so it looks like the logging camp is a bust. So from here we're going to head southwest across the wilderness. And as we're doing this, we're going to look for some very particular mushrooms. They are brown and wavy. And they are a Great source of vitamin D. Yes, I know. There are jokes to be made there. Let's just know that they're there and not have to say them out loud. So the mushrooms are only found in forest biomes, and you can't actually plan to harvest them. What you have to do is start eating them and hit escape if you want to take them home. So cancel the eating as soon as possible into the mushroom. Not the ones. Not the ones. There were some yellow mushrooms there, some white mushrooms. And I could have eaten them just for the sake of eating, because you start with no nutrition whatsoever, and you very rapidly get into negative calories. You'll see how I'm down to 52%. It's also not the right mushrooms. However, when I find the right mushrooms, I want to be able to eat all of them. That way I don't have to worry about vitamin D again for a long, long time. And we're almost to the main road. So we're going to curve west because we want to stay in the forest to look for these mushrooms. Running along the road, we're not terribly likely to find them. I mean, you do see them off the side of the road sometimes. Oh, some grubs. Get some grubs. Yay, protein. I feel like most people it would take longer than instantly to decide that they were going to eat grubs. Not Toby though. Toby is ultimately practical. And if you need protein, you need protein. Ah, Ramsons. Ramsons don't fill you up much, but they are mostly solid as opposed to most things that are mostly liquid. You find that as long as you're eating a lot of fresh fruit and veg, you very rarely actually have to drink any water. And I could have stayed there and eaten a lot more of them, but I have things to do. Alright, so here's the township. We did not find our mushrooms. Unless we find some on our way in. No, nothing. Ah, there they are. These are the mushrooms. These are the only real source of vitamin D that I know of on the island. So that's all the space we have to eat them to. A lot of this stuff should process quickly, so we could stay and eat more, but I don't think that's necessary. We'll be alright for now. We can find more later. Getting where we're going and finding a vehicle, those are our primary concerns right now. So yeah, don't see any working vehicles here in this town. No. And no garages that could hold a vehicle. So, this town is a bust. So we will make our way westward, and may as well follow the road for easy travel. And well, alright, so here we are. We've just made it to the next small township. We're going to check it for a vehicle. Just had to rest up a little bit first, just in case there's violence to be had. It doesn't look like much. It looks like it's just a single farmstead. I don't see a vehicle right off. We'll come over here and see if maybe there's an axe. Because I would trade my hammer for an axe, or just add it to my back. You can have two. So yeah, no vehicle here either, which is a bit unfortunate. So it's on to the next spot. It looks like directly to the southwest there's a location in the woods there, and then we can head south towards that township on the White Road in the northeast section of C3 on, towards the dam a little bit. Alright, so we're just approaching that location in the woods. It appears to be a very, very small cabin. Some sort of fixture over there. So we'll take a look. I really don't expect to find a vehicle way out here in the middle of the woods, but perhaps some food. A bottle of vino, I don't know. Alright, we'll call that an absolute bust and head on towards the town. Alright, so from this overlook we can see the town a bit, see what we're getting into. I do see some fields over there. I want to go check and see if there's anything actually growing in them. The first one looks dead, but I could definitely use a snack. So let's head over and see what there is to see. We can get close enough to render them. That one's dead. That one's dead too. So it looks like no crops for us to eat. Oh, yeah, no, nothing. Just these little wannabe stalks of whatever. So this town has a warehouse right there. That's good to know. Those often have quite a bit of garage style loot. I'm just going to sprint up to the top of this hill and then we'll take a little rest before we go in. See, another dead field here. There might be a small garden in one of these houses. I'm just going to walk a little bit We don't want to be low on stamina and run into an ugly. Oh, I see a four-wheeler. Alright. Oh, there's a friend. Okay. Ooh. Low on fuel, bad battery. That's going to be a mess. But we can repair it a bit. That way we don't have to keep carrying that around. Oh, scissors. Alright, let's drop some stuff in the ATV here. We'll take these scissors. We'll take that flare. Hopefully in here we'll find some sort of scrap of clothing or rags or something. Something that can be cut up. In this instance, a box of safety pins, I'll take them. I don't rightly worry about safety pins for the most part. Alright, here we go. Alright, now we patched our wounds. Anybody leave me any snacks? No? Okay. And then we'll check over here, see if they've got a garden. No. There are fruit trees though. I hope I find enough fruit to offset the amount of energy I spent coming over here. This has been really disappointing. Maybe it looks like potatoes and cabbage or something over here. Yeah, potatoes. Yeah, just raw potatoes. That's how we roll. One more. There we go. So now we have to plan a route. I know there's a petrol here. And there's petrol down here. So I think we'll go for that one. That one's near to the house where we want to be. We're going to build our base right in here. That we're right next to the petrol. Not close enough to keep it from spawning, mind you, but close enough to hit it when we need to. Even for local vehicles, because you have two kinds of vehicles, and you have your local vehicles, things that are just for running around the base, going to get wood, things like that. And then you have your distance vehicles, things that you take out and away. What am I doing? Oh yes, I was going to get the four-wheeler. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. So yes, four-wheeler. Even with the high driving, that battery that low is concerning. Oh, and here's just a crap ton of corn, of course. I'm not a huge fan of, oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I know. Yeah, I'm going towards the dam. Nobody wants to go towards the dam. That place is dangerous. I mean, now would be the perfect time, because, yeah, I don't have a lot to lose. This road, right? Yeah. I mean, you don't have to go full speed everywhere, remember that, because it gets a little squirrely at higher speeds. So if you just, want to coast around at 60 or 75 or whatever. Oh, there's a pickup truck. So I'm going to have to come back for this pickup truck. It's not going anywhere. But that is definitely something to pick up. Haha, pick up. Anyway, I like the way the trucks drive. They're not super squirrely. They've got great storage capacity. All around, just great things. Yep, I'm a fan. So now we've got to get this thing with its low fuel to the petrol. Petrol's right up here. Hopefully there's not a suicide bomber there, because those are a bit of a hassle. I don't have a gun, so I have to trail it along, and I'm very low on fuel. So yeah, here's hoping no suicide bombers. Just going to drive through, listen for beeping. Yep, there's a beep. There he is. just take off, leave them in the dust. Some of them will get tangled up in those grapes. Heard the suicide bomber go off. And we shouldn't be so far away that we respawned it. So, should be able to just drive right in, fuel up and leave. So, we've got a quad, full fuel, 3/4 health, full battery. I mean, that's not a bad start. So let's go set a shelter real quick, and a couple of boxes. That way, at least we've got a home. Nobody likes being homeless. So right up this road, it's a place I really like. I mean, because we're pretty close to there. There's a small sunflower seed here. There's a plant sunflower field here. There's plants. Oh look, there's a pickup here too. I don't even have to run that far to go get a pickup. Excellent. There's a couple of cars, and, you know, some houses and garages, just for general looting. But I do want to be outside the town city limits. Don't want to be in the township. That'd be awkward, wouldn't it? They're like, hey, we're going to be friends. And then, you know, a bunch of zombies like, no, we're not going to be friends. We don't like you. And then, you know, everybody gets all angsty, and then there's HOA issues. So, best all round if I just don't live in town. Yeah, that was a weird escalation, wasn't it? Alright, so let's build us a shelter. So first thing we need to do is find a bunch of rocks. Alright, one big stone axe head coming up. And then one stone knife also coming up. So we can pick both of those up. I don't think I have any spares in here. I do. Alright, so we'll cut those into rags. And then we'll craft those into rope. Those who know me know about my affinity for rags and rope. Never have enough. Never. so a couple of things. We definitely need the metal for a box, because we're going to want to create a medium box. That's one of our first priorities. So we're just going to place that there. And that requires 8 planks. And we also need to make a shelter. And that requires 3 ropes. So and we're also going to need another rope to make our axe. So there's that as well. Later on we will need rags to build flags to claim our base area. If we want to claim our base area. I don't know what it does. It doesn't stop spawning that I know of, that I've seen. So back up, make some rope. Rope. I don't need this with us right now. But we do need 4 ropes with us. Oops. And make this last rope. So 3 ropes for the shelter, 1 for the axe, 1 rag for the axe. And then we just need our stick. So these small trees we can cut down with a knife, however effective that is. And that gives us our stick. So now we can craft our big axe. And cut that into small sticks. And then put those small sticks in our shelter. Our rope is in our shelter, so then we cut down this tree. We need 10 long sticks, 1 log. And then we need planks for our box there. Alright, so chop this tree branch. And this is a process you go through a lot when you're building. There's just so much stuff to chop. It's ridiculous. Unless you're not meant to chop things. I mean, build like I do. That would be strange, wouldn't it? Alright, so wooden logs. Move that over there. Move that over there. Now, something is obstructing this chest. So, let's make sure it's not a small stick. It was a small stick. Alright. So now facing away from it. Alright, so that's done. So now we throw all of this stuff in there. Just willy-nilly, yeah. And we're still one long stick short on the shelter. So we'll just cut this. Alright, and that gives us our long stick. Alright, these are for building fires. These are for being sticks. Yeah, I know. That's... yeah. Alright. So we got our stone knife. We're going to put our matches away. And then we're going to pull this over. That's where this is going to park for now. So all of this can empty into that box, except for the water, which we need to take with us for a moment. Alright, and I don't need to take the hammer or the axe with me. What I do need to do is grab a whole bunch of rocks. And head for the well. There's a well here in town. Alright, so first thing we do is we craft our grinding stones. And we're going to craft 4 of them real quick. And these allow us to maintain melee weapons. And you unlock the recipe by having the basic melee skill. You don't need to have advanced or anything, but basic melee skill allows you to create these, and it's just water and rocks. 2 rocks, 1 water. And so now that we've got 4 of those, we take this in hand and we can fill it back up at the well. And so we can infinitely maintain melee weapons now, effectively. That's all that means. So these are going to come with us. I know, you're like, where are we going? We're going to go out, we're going to go get that truck, we're going to run down to the quarry, we're going to stop by a military installation, well, military training base, things like that. But that'll all be in the next video. So for now, we've gotten where we're going. We have one vehicle, and that's that. Until next time, everybody stay safe.